Okay, up for sale at ShowMyHobby. We have the Athearn. Ready to go. Passenger train set. It is the Denver Rio Grande. And it's item number 78983. One diesel. Looks like an F7 locomotive to me, and that's the A unit. Has a dummy B unit with metal wheels and 7 passenger cars. And this is a test run, so you can see the entire set is operational. It is on consignment and runs real smooth last time I took a look at it. It's put up for consignment in either March, April, or May while I was at a train show. And it had a couple issues. I fixed the majority of the issues, I think all of them, with one exception, which is something I can't do anything about. And that is, I've seen River Rossi cars with the offset kingpin for the location of a method to connect the bolster truck to the passenger car or to any car, and these have them. I myself purchased, just somewhere between the time I actually received this, maybe a little bit before, a week or two before, a couple of Athearn trains that have that same arrangement. In the still photos, you can see a close-up showing that instead of the kingpin being right in the middle of the truck, it's off center. And there's some trucks with 3 axles. All of these might have 3 axles, actually. I think they do. And I've noticed that on my layout, some of these Athearn 3-axle trains do not like to run very well. So I was just putting the tail end observation car back on the track simply because it came off the track over here. We will see if it happens again. Now, I should double check that turnout is turned. It may not be. We'll find out. Yeah, it's turned. So that's not the reason it didn't go through. Yeah, it was turned. And it never made it that far. Okay. Alright. So forgive the little nuances, the little subtleties. The train runs very well. It's very clean. The entire thing had a little smell to it. Mostly the styrofoam. I cleaned it with soap and Clorox. I did not individually wash the train cars, so they might still have some small smell to them, but again, that's the way they were received. I'm just letting you know for full disclosure, they may have a small smell to them. They have been in the open air since I've had them here at my place. I'm going to say at least 3 or 4 months, because I'm just now getting around to taking pictures. I took some pictures during the show, but those were not that great. Now, I'm going to make an attempt here. That observation has come off again. There's a re-railer right there. That's dangerous. The tail end of the car is moving too far to the right. I was going to let the re-railer try it, but as you can see, that's about 3.5, 4 feet down. We don't want it to fall. It will not survive the fall. So, other than what it's doing now, which is, like I said, sometimes these 3-axle Athearn trains with the offset kingpin does not want to run around my tracks. A simple circle or something like that, I'm pretty sure this thing would be fine, a nice loop. It's doing okay on some of the ups and downs, but I think I tried my own set of Athearns. I tried to go down into the city and they won't work. They really don't like this S-curve situation right here. And this is another small S-curve scenario. They're doing okay with this right here, but mine don't like this part right here. So my only guess is these are probably the same way, so I'm not even going to try it. But as you can see, that's running on a Bachmann controller at 50% throttle, DC only. It's lighted in the front. It looks real good. Probably have to. It's hard to get the light to go through it, but if you're familiar with DC operations, you know that the more power you apply to it, the brighter that light will get. That's about it. So look for them at ShowMyHobby. Now, this was received with just the trains. The issues that it had, there were a couple couplers that were broken or not functioning. I replaced those to make sure everything works. They are plastic couplers. They look like Bachmann couplers. I don't even think they're McHenry couplers. I think they're Bachmann couplers. Bachmann Easy Make couplers. I'm pretty sure that's what I used as a replacement to match it. The original set came with some tracks and a transformer and a power lead. The consignor told me he didn't have those items with it. Doesn't really matter if he had planned to provide them or not. I have some Bachmann steel track. It definitely indicates that these were Bachmann tracks that they were using, Bachmann Easy Track. So I'm going to offer an option. The option is you can get the set with just the trains, just the way it's consigned. Or there'll be a secondary option to include not nickel silver, but Bachmann steel track with the black road bed. And another consignor has a lifelike transformer up for sale. I think I'll include that, and then I'll throw in a Bachmann power connector for the tracks. So that'll be an option that you could buy it with. Now, I looked, and when I looked, the day of and a couple days after, to see if anybody else might be selling any of these, I haven't seen one for sale in a long time online. So I can tell you right now that because this thing is in such great shape, and nobody else is selling one, it's going to be more than what the original price was for this set. The consignor gave me an idea of how much he wanted for it, and that's great. And I'm going to do everything I can to get him that amount. Okay? So I can tell you right now that when I throw in my tracks and the other consignor's transformer, the set's going to be more than what it originally cost. Maybe by a long shot. But it's up to you. This is a beautiful set. It's a wonderful item to get all in one piece. You have the opportunity to upgrade it to DCC if you want to. I don't know that it's DCC ready, but it's an F7 The locomotive is in great shape. It runs wonderfully. So I see no reason why one wouldn't or couldn't update it to DCC if they liked. On this Bachmann controller, that right now is 40 speed steps, and it's running very good. Because the tail end car is coming off, I don't know that I can push it up to full speed and survive. So, I mean, let's see what happens right here. If it comes up, nope, it comes off right there. So, I'm not going to try to boost it up to full speed. But that's pretty much it. I'm not going to have a whole lot of room for individual pictures beyond those that I've taken already. So definitely check out the actual listing and purchase it. I think you'll enjoy it. And it's a really nice long set. The Rio Grande by Athearn. Okay. Spin it up a little bit here. Makes its rounds. That's full blast, approaching. All right, slowing it down. Okay. And that's it. Okay. Bring it in here and stop it. And in regards to the tracks, so I have my tracks bundled a certain way for me, for storage and things of that nature. I pretty much apply the same thing across the board. So what I'm going to do is the pictures that I show you of the tracks on the steels are going to show the tracks bundled my way. Okay. The tracks have a special place inside the styrofoam case to fit. So if someone buys this and they buys them with the track option, that's when I will put the tracks inside the carton. I will also make a special place. There's a place for the Athearn controller that came with it. I have some Athearn transformers, but I don't want to give them away. So we'll use the lifelike transformer that another consignor has up for sale, and I'll add that to it. And if it doesn't fit exactly, I will modify the carton in order for the transformer to fit inside the carton so that everything can all ship together. Okay? All right.